She said her dream birthday gift was me disappearing. So I gave her.
8 years of marriage had eroded into a hollow routine. It wasn't comfort. It wasn't partnership. It was something cold, brittle, and exhausted. Ethan Reynolds was packing for his third business trip of the month, folding shirts with mechanical precision. His wife, Megan, stood in the doorway, her thumb scrolling endlessly on her phone. "Don't forget the blue tie," she said flatly, not looking up. "The one from your birthday. Makes you look presentable, not handsome, not irresistible." Words she once murmured while tugging him closer in the early days of their love. Now, she could barely pull her eyes away from her screen. Their home felt like a museum of a marriage long dead, rooms filled with silence and meals eaten like obligations. He left for Chicago under gray skies, and the trip unfolded just like all the others. Handshakes, lukewarm conference coffee, and polite applause. But this time, a heaviness grew inside him. One night at the hotel bar, he finally admitted the truth to his colleague. "She told me the only fix for our marriage is me being away more often." His friend looked at him with sympathy. "Sometimes," he said quietly, "letting go is the only loving thing left to do." Ethan didn't believe him, not yet, but the words stuck. By Thursday, he decided on something reckless, something almost hopeful. He would go home early, with flowers, with her favorite pastries. He was going to make one last attempt to save whatever was left of them. He pulled into the driveway just after 2 in the afternoon, flowers in one hand, a pastry box in the other. Megan's car was there. Perfect. He imagined surprising her, maybe sparking a laugh, maybe something. Then he heard it, her laugh. It was warm, genuine, a sound he hadn't heard directed at him in months. He approached the doorway quietly, a smile forming on his face until her words froze him mid-step. "I know, Amanda. It's ridiculous. He actually thinks flowers and date nights will fix anything." The peonies shook in his hand. She laughed again. His birthday gift last year. A vacuum cleaner. A vacuum she had asked for. A vacuum she kissed him for. A vacuum she now used as a weapon of humiliation. But the real knife came next. "You know what I told Jason last night?" A pause. "That I don't love Ethan anymore. Haven't for years." God, it felt so good to finally say it. Jason, their neighbor, the one who was always a little too eager to help. The laughter, the whispers, the mocking, they kept coming like blows. And then, the fatal strike. You know what would be the best birthday present ever? If Ethan just vanished before next week. No drama, no crying, just gone. He didn't storm in, he didn't rage. He didn't say a word. He simply set the flowers down on the table, walked out, and quietly closed the door behind him, sealing a tomb. In the car, something inside him didn't break. It crystallized, cold, clear, sharp. Instead of collapsing, Ethan checked into a hotel and began to plan. He canceled his week. He closed their joint accounts, transferring half the funds into a new solo account. He had the divorce paperwork prepared. He even hired a real estate agent to list the house the second he gave the word. He didn't want revenge. He wanted absence, the very thing she had wished for. While Megan sent him increasingly frantic texts, he responded only once, working late. Staying downtown, let her wonder. He returned home the next morning, and she greeted him with forced warmth, lies flowing effortlessly from her tongue. It didn't matter. He'd already left the marriage, and she hadn't even noticed. When she started planning her extravagant birthday party at an expensive restaurant, he just smiled and told her to put it on the joint card. She had no idea that card would be worthless in 48 hours. She had no idea her birthday would be the day she received exactly what she wished for. By Thursday, the machine was in motion. Ethan had changed every lock, packed his irreplaceable possessions, and moved into a secure downtown apartment. He emptied their safe deposit box, canceled her $5,000 birthday dinner reservation, and blocked her number. Then he instructed his lawyer to file for divorce immediately. On the kitchen counter, he left two things: the divorce papers and her birthday card. Inside, he wrote just 7 words: "You wished I would vanish. Wish granted." The next morning, chaos erupted. Texts came in from borrowed numbers, one after another. "The locks are changed. My card was declined. The restaurant says you canceled. What is happening?" Call him, but he didn't. He stayed invisible, exactly as she'd requested. When a detective finally reached him about Megan's missing person report, Ethan calmly explained, "I'm not missing, detective. I just left." The detective sighed. "Your wife says you're mentally unstable." Ethan's voice was steady. "She's been having an affair and wished I'd disappear." "I simply declined to argue." The detective paused. "No crime in leaving your wife." Case closed. Meanwhile, Megan's world unraveled. Her cards were useless, her party was gone, and Jason, her supposed confidant, was now ignoring her calls. The house was being sold from under her, and her social circle was filled with whispers. The consequences she thought she'd never have to face had finally arrived, all at once. Some storms aren't created by nature. They're created by a person finally choosing themselves. Thank you for watching.